Hey everybody, Scoutcraft here again. Mishmash Monday. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. We got a big episode planned for you today. First of all, I went to my sister's home over the weekend and I was able to match up and install those fireplace trim molding. And you could see here it came out pretty good. Nice little match there. Actually, the molding, the colors matched the other molding that was on there. A little bit darker than the rest of the fireplace, but she was very happy with it. My brother-in-law saw it, had no idea that the repair was made, that they were different than the other ones that were there before, because she had a little doily hanging over it not to hide the fact that it was missing. So it worked out really well. Enjoyed that project. She has a beautiful house up there. You know, she took an old barn and redid the whole thing with a brand new kitchen, and you should see this rotisserie. Oh God, that there's a big rotisserie in there that's all gear operated. It's just amazing, you know. And so I always enjoy going up there, and she has a beautiful farm up there, a mini farm with all kinds of animals. I'll have some video of that at the end of the show. But right now, like I said, we got a few things to get to, a lot to get to today. Let's start off with something I just got today in the mail. Now, first off, I want to talk about something about eBay. You know, I've been on eBay for many years, and I have thousands of purchases on eBay. A lot of the unusual things that I get from eBay because, you know, you can't find them anywhere else, and eBay is a great source for hard-to-find items and unusual items. But every so often, eBay will surprise you in the fact that when you order something, like you see this here, I ordered, I don't know, I don't even remember what it was. It might have been a jack or something, but it came wrapped with about 40 of these things. And do you see what this is? It's about, well, I guess it's about almost 2 feet by 2 foot square of this type of material. It looks like some kind of, we used to use things like this in work for oil resistant or oil absorbent toweling. But I have a whole bunch of these. You know, he used it as wrapping paper, or, you know, and it was beautifully done. I said, I don't know what this is. So I was hoping maybe somebody out there knows what this is. You could see here, it's, yeah, 24 by 24. And you can see here, the you know, CH300. I have to look it up, and then there's some kind of number here. I wonder what this is, if it's like a, I'm using them as like shop towels and things like that, or whatever. Just nice. So, like, that's an added bonus, right? You order one thing and you get two. The reason I talk about that is because I got a package today from Patty Cohen. And she's out of San Jose, California. Sent me this, I ordered something on eBay, right? But I didn't know. I opened this up. I said, what is this? This isn't what I ordered. Check this out. And in this came these. They're like runners. And I said, wow, these are nice. I said, now, again, I didn't know what it was. I said, what is this? I didn't order. Nice linen. I guess these are runners, right? These are like vintage. And look at the stitching around the end. These are like hand stitched. I don't know where these. That's beautiful. So that came with that. Came with this here, with the doilies. You see the you know, that kind of again, it's probably like a table runner or something. And they're beautiful, cleaned. So when I wrote her an email and I said, look, I got the product I ordered, but I also got this. Did you send it by mistake? Because sometimes people, and I've had this happen. Have you had this happen with eBay? Sometimes people throw in something extra. And what a nice thing to receive. And this is actually what I ordered from her. And again, another beautiful thing. Look how nicely it came wrapped. Wait till you see what it is. And you say, wow, bubble wrap. And then it came wrapped in tissue paper. And the best wrapper on eBay is Jim from Hand Tool Restoration. He wraps like nobody else. But look at this. This was a pry bar. It's like nothing really could happen to this thing. It's meant to be beat on. But she did. What a nice job. And what a nice job of sending this. I was really impressed with that. So every once in a while, eBay will surprise you with something you get. But let's talk about this for today's project. Now, I did have something planned other than doing this today. But when I got this, I said, man, I feel like doing this today. It's just something I feel like doing. Let's take a look at what this is. This is from Dead On Tools. Dead On Tools, a tool company. They're still in business. They make, they're known for making hammers and other things like that. But they had a few interesting designs, and I've done one of their hammers on the channel before. I like how they really engrave their names are really in there. This is the Dead On Exhumer 8. And what it is, it's a nail puller and pry bar, and I'll show you some of the features. This here is for your circular saw nut to tighten and loosen the saw nut over there. This here is to encapsulate the nail so that you can, I'll show you how that works. How you could rise it up so you can grab it. And it's basically a nail puller, but it's got some real interesting look to it. It's just an interesting kind of design. I said, we can have some fun. Although this isn't an easy project because all these different areas to get into, it's going to be very difficult. It looks like it was painted at one point. And here you can see here, always wear eye protection, which is a good idea whenever using that. Let me show you how this little section works here to surround and to get the nail raised or pronounced so you can grab it with the rest. Okay, so here you see we have a nail that's pretty much flush to the surface here. And if you wanted to get that nail out, you really can't get under it, like this. So what you do is use this little surrounder here that you would put around the nail like this, and then you would hit it, tap it around with, I'm using a soft blow. And you see what happens. You just made a indentation around that nail. Again, I'll show you. Just tap it like this. Makes an indentation around it so that now you could get this under here. And I'm going to use, again, the soft blow. I should have used a better camera angle, but you can see here, I'm able to get under it now. You see? Let me change the camera angle. Okay, you see we're under it now. And then you would raise up your nail. And again, you could bang it down, pry it in. And then once it's up to that point there, you could take this here and pull it out like that. You could see. And there you go. There's how you get that. And that was a tough nail to get out because I had that in there. Solid piece of wood. But that's how you would extract that nail using that little feature there. Now, we do have some damage over here. You could see where this is used to, again, to get under a nail. You would place this like this and bang on this to get under the nail or whatever. And, these things do take a beating because that's what they're made for. But I like to buy, when I'm using something like this, I like to buy one that's kind of beat up because, you don't want to start with a brand new one. So, I'm looking forward to doing this project, and you can see what it looks like here. And this is, like I said, a little bit of difficulty here getting in there. So let's get right to it and see what we can do with this. Okay, here's our post wire brush. We did a really good job in wire brushing this because we got to see where we want to go with this. Look at that. Now, the casting on these Dead On tools is absolutely phenomenal because look at the tight grain they have in here. You don't see many forge lines. I mean, I don't know who does it. That's a very minimal forge line on there. Really acceptable. Here, like that. We've seen so much worse. So whoever's doing it is doing a really nice job, right? Tight grain. It's got a little mushrooming from getting hit around. We got to deal with that. And we got all the paint out of the letters and stuff. And that's, see how deep that lettering is? You could put any color you want in there. It's a pretty tool. We got all the paint out of there using the Dremel, which is a little difficult when the paint gets all in there. But now we just have to figure out, let's take care of this mushrooming and things like that and see how we're going to operate. See that? We're going to get rid of all that. And on the inside, that's going to be tough because we don't want to touch this side here. Now, here's where having some worn tools, like here I have an old worn putty knife, right? You put that flat against here, that'll be a, so we don't have, that'll be a protective shield against hitting this. And we take a coarse file and we're going to try and file this down a little bit. Listen to the cut. You see that? And that's how we will get that down. Here we have Grim engraved into the top. We'll take that out. Okay, we're coming nicely on this. Now, just a word out. If you're ever thinking of doing a claw bar or something like that, these are amongst the most difficult tools to do. I don't know why. This here's a stiletto, a stainless, okay? Nice finish, beautiful bar. This one here is titanium. Now, I tried to do this a while ago. A titanium is a bear to polish out. Super light. I actually have this as a user now because, I mean, you can see the finish. This came in a matte kind of beaded finish, and I was able to get somewhat of a polish, but man, was this hard. I went through, I can't tell you how many belts. This thing tears you up, but it is nice and smooth in the hand. It's a great user bar, very light, but it, you know, it's not perfect the way I like it. But the stainless one, it's about twice the weight. Nice bar, right? I have a bunch of these, but this one here, you can see where we're at now. This is just with the flap disc, okay? Now, I wanted to keep the back in the pebble finish, except for here. I want to keep the back in the pebble finish where original because of all this around here. You can't polish that out, so where you're going to end that line where it's not going to look like it was, so you just leave the back alone, the whole thing. But what I have to do now is I have to, all these edges, because remember, I took all that finish off, all these edges are sharp and it don't feel good in the hand. So now we have to take and smooth every one of these beveled edges out along the whole tool so it feels soft and buttery in the hand. And with that, we'll do the belt sander. So let's get to that. Now, you know my favorite part. Remember what this Exhumer looked like before we started. And we are calling this project done. This one took a little bit longer than I expected. I thought because it was Mishmash Monday, we'd be doing a little bit more. Let me show you what we did here. On the finish here, this is just such a good looking tool with the, you know, the way the lettering makes this whole tool, doesn't it? Now, let me tell you why it was more difficult than you would think, because this is all, every surface here has a different curve to it. This is convex, I'm sorry, concave. This is concave. This is convex. And I left the pebble finish on the back. You see here? Just over here. I left all the pebble finish over there. And, you know, it looks really nice, doesn't it? And then I filled it in, obviously, with some paint. Red over here, black. Polished out the sides, the top. Look, these little grooves are really cool. Same with here. The top. It's just a pretty tool, isn't it? And now, look at that. It's just, what a difference. Was able to keep the dead-on logo. See that logo? Polish that out. That's like I'm telling you, this is, even the new tool doesn't have the same font. You know, it says Dead On Tools big, and then it says the Exhumer in a small lettering. So what do you think about this? You think it's an interesting tool? Again, I don't know why I like these crow's feet tools, these, you know, pry bars, but this one, I just wanted to do it. Fun little tool. Love the paint colors on there. Really cool. Growing up, we had a friend of the family that was colorblind, completely colorblind, and when I was growing up, I remember learning that at a young age that he was colorblind, and I kept thinking to myself, wait a minute, he can't see colors at all? And they said, no, he has a bad color blindness. He sees everything in like different shades of brown and green and grays. And then I learned later on that some animals like cats and things like that, they can't see colors either. And as a young age, I became so thankful for my gift of being able to see color, and I love color, and that's why I think You know, a lot of people say, what about when you put in tools and things like that? I think that a lot of these were designed by designers with the intentions of having color in there and not, or something, a shade or something to, especially when they have these recesses. And you know, some of these tools were just made, and years ago they used to put color in a lot of different tools. And then because of cost overruns and, you know, cutting costs, and so they stop putting color in, they stop polishing, they start painting instead of polishing. So you know how that works. But anyway, that was a fun little project today. I hope you enjoyed it. And in closing, enjoy some of my sister's barnyard property. And I hope you have a great day. Take care now. Bye-bye.